Hi, good day. I'm a friend crypto Warlord, and today we'll be looking at XRP from the 21-day down. I haven't looked at some crypto for about, we could say about three days, 4 or 5 days. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at some confluence, some trend, some levels. So the last time we were on the 21-day, I did say that we'll have bots and algos buying our dip because we had positive drift. So now we're going to go see if we still have positive drift. We're going to have to throw up on Poloniex. Okay, so we have negative correlation and volatility is contracting, which means you have positive drift. Okay, so nothing has changed. So what we'll do now is we'll drop it down to a whole bunch of other time frames, and we'll go through here. So what we can see here is we've come through outlying events over here on our candles, and we're waiting for mean reversion on the 21-day. Our power means are telling us this is a point of interest, so we can zoom in here, pick up. So we have a cross at 92 at 91 cents, so it could be the first scalping range in a long term time series. Okay, so now we're going to go to 14 days. We'll just drop 7 days off. So we've had a 14-day mean reversion. That's maybe what's giving us a little bit of support. Okay, let's reflect that. So we have no HVP flashes, AVR flashes, meaning this area here at 80 cents, 75 cents is where we were looking for mean reversion. So this is at least two Laplace bands out if you were to put on your distribution cones. 7-day. Sorry, we remember mean reversion. Let's pull up Shannon for 14-day so that we can make sure that everyone's on the same boat. So we have contraction was still positively correlated. No mean reversion. Volatility. So this is going to signify that for as long as volatility keeps contracting, price is going to contract with it on the 14-day. Okay, we have mean reversion coming through here, right? So I would expect just on the 14-day, I'm just going to say this looks like it would go sideways for a bit. More than likely you have some pickup ranges in here at 68 cents. Okay, so now we're having some shifts in data. So we've come and hit our monthlies, our weeklies. We're above our ultimate power mean, so technically from here has been a buy on the 14-day, which will line up with the possible mean reversion, which lines up with everybody having their outlier events. Now we're starting to contract. The returns are still based to the downside, but that's because of big wicks, small candles. It's quite easy to manipulate that data at that stage. 7 days, and then we'll do a 5-day, and then but when we get on to the 1-day, I'll see what the general trend is. So we have a 7-day, which is going to try and negate our 14-day mean reversion, contraction. So this will follow through more than likely with our 14-day contraction happening on Shannon. Okay, so that's confluence on the 2 time frames. We'll throw it onto the 5th day. So we're fighting contraction here. We're not fighting expansion to the downside. So you could, I don't know how to explain it. For me, I would look for iceberg orders, and then I'd see how they're grinding it out to the downside. Obviously, positive drift, same thing. How they're grinding out lower lows, higher lows. Sorry. So 5-day Shannon, same thing. We're having an outlier event that's wanting to. This has happened. It came up into its what's that? All on. So this is our current daily volatility range. No, that's our monthly up here. I need to set these back. Sorry. Send to the back. There we go. So that is weekly. Okay, some weekly up in here, we're getting nailed, and some monthlies. Yep. Yeah. Monthlies, weeklies getting nailed on the 5th day. These don't change. These it's just positive drift. So that's why we'll be looking for where the most liquidity is. So maybe not so much liquidity up here to hold it up. That's still looking to mean revert. That will follow through with the 7 day. The 14 day is quite interesting to see, but it's not maybe going to be as powerful this run as people would be expecting with the news, you could say. Obviously news changes the game if it is good news or really bad news, but otherwise everything's sort of factored in, isn't it? Okay, so we have some expansion on the 3 day. Still positively correlated, but we're curling down, so it's going to be quite a fight to push this up, and to turn your correlation around would be the same kind of fight that's happening here. We're having some drag to the downside that's supporting our 7 day on our 5 day. Okay, put it on the daily, and then one more time frame and I'll make my assumption. Sorry, what was the 3 day drift? Up, so yeah, that's curling down, not looking too strong. It's not a very random point on the 3 day. Well, the trend has decayed, so what we're looking at here is a pivotal candle for looking for direction. So the daily is also put up with that. So now let's see what we can say for just a higher time frame observation. So we have a mean reversion, we have contraction. Maybe back into 79 cents, and then retesting ultimate power mean at 71 max. If you could even fight its way out, the next open above and close 76 cents, you'll get it, see it scalp down at 79 cents, come in and touch a power mean which would be hanging around in this region. That is if the bullish case was to the upside, to be faded. The longer term time frames are wanting to teeter-tot to the downside. The lower term time frames are maybe wanting to see what's this and there. Yeah, so they're wanting to use on the low term time frames. They're trying to see if they can have this as a lower high. So ultimate power mean on 12 hours gonna combat. Okay, we tried for our first touch, so we've already gone for liquidity in this region. Seems like it was bought up. So I'd say we have a second basing off of our UMP over here, 72 cents, 72.80 on Poloniex. Now I'm going to change over to Binance so that we can get a little clearer data. Getting one of those malaria machines. Okay, so 12 hours going to the downside, contraction positively correlated. We will be looking for expansion for this in the next 7 hours, and that would more than likely turn around, so still go sideways. Okay, random point on 12 hour returns will start hitting an outlier event. Maybe they did and we retrieved up. Outlier events getting confirmed from up here. So we're having follow through. We haven't mean reverted as of yet. Contraction positively correlated, but we're hanging above. So we've based off some good levels here. And we're hanging above this. So maybe we start looking for bullish dips of a kind on a higher term time frame. There, lower, higher. Okay. 6 hours mean reverting would have printed with the daily mean, I would suggest. We'll start checking. But as we drop down expansion, this could expand to the downside here on the 6 hour. Okay. It's just sideways because our slower Shannon Entropy is contracting whilst positively correlated, but our longer term one is still in positive correlation, but it's expanding. So it's going to give us a little bit of sideways. Maybe that's why we've had our range today. Okay, 4 hours. There's a hidden bull in here, looking to try play out ultimate power mean, suggesting that, okay, so now this is where I really like this ultimate power mean. I look at it as, okay, they're pretty accurate. So if it closes, if the next candle opens and closes below the power mean, well then that's my trend. If the next candle opens and closes above the power mean, well then now I'm looking for a trend. Okay, this rule is still negated because we have 4 hours to play this out. It just needs to close a little bit up here, and then my rule will apply. So at like 70, just call it 740.50. Let's say, what's that? Yeah, okay, 747.9. We close the 4 hour above here. That will help sustain this hidden bull that's coming through here. We can look to carry on with a little bit of trend. When we do trend in this region currently, we're getting big candles. So we're looking for this little green line over here, this little green column, to touch the dot. And that will really only happen after we've gotten above here, or as we're passing through this region. Then on the low term time frames, this will start hanging into that dot. Currently going sideways with a little bit of sideways pressure here. Contraction positively correlated. That's what's given us this. 3 hour. So the higher term time frames, we're looking at a bit of sideways action. Contraction positively correlated. This is the 3 hour and the 4 hour. So this is starting to support the fact that this thing got sold into quite quickly up here, both 3 hour candles, and closed off from our ultimate power mean opening into a daily volatility range. Okay, 90 minutes. Let's see. So we've come in, we've hit one of our, is that what? Cool, we've come in and we've hit one of our weekly distribution levels. Let me go and zoom in. That's contracting, heavily correlated, pushing to the upside. Ultimate power mean, let's open you up. Let's close you down. Looking to see. So we could look for that hidden bull. This is where we're gonna start to try and play it out. It's gonna get cancelled at the 74. That's where it's gonna be scalped through. Obviously we're wanting to open the next candle wherever it opens, but close above the UMP to start looking for a trend to the upside. Okay, so if you're a brave guy and you know it's cutting, well then you know which levels to keep your eyes on, and you can throw up a whole bunch more UMPs over here to tell you what's happening. So this will be our next cross at 75 cents. Ideally, that will be our next testing range. So once we've tested there, we'll maybe come down and test our UMP again. So that's 75. It's not that exciting from here. What's that? Maybe 0.7% to the upside in a very random range. Please note over here, in a very random range, we're making an observation like that. We'll look for things to start negating to the upside with our UMP basing over here. That's cool. Now I'm gonna throw off VRE, and I'm wanting to throw on secret level stuff. Hopefully the sunset can be seen quite nicely. Okay, bring this forward, move to front. Sorry, I had these on dots. Okay, 45 minutes. How are we looking? So this is us on our 5th Jerick band out. That's cool. Now we're gonna start looking to see if we're wanting to break back into this trend, or if we're gonna keep below the UMP. So now you gotta get a little bit more surgical. Very random point, being outside of the 5th. Let me just delete that. Being at the 5th Laplace distribution. Okay, considered random, outlying event, where trends are decaying. Okay, let's see what our Shannon has to say. Contraction positively correlated, so we're gonna stay below this. What's that, another so in maybe another 2 hours we could see resolution of this range to the upside or downside. More than likely coming into our mean somewhere here. If we don't get a push through to break above our UMP when we mean revert, and we know we're going to be carrying on to the downside, which will confirm our higher term time frames. Okay, looking a little bit worked. Some divs, not expansion, confusion. So I'm guessing that we're going to be having a bit of sideways action for the moment here. There's no secret time frames that we'll be able to throw up that will be able to help us out. We'll just be watching opens and closes above our UMPs, so from 15 minutes, 5 minutes, see if they carry on into our 45 minutes, into our 90 minutes, and then that will help us decide what our 4 hour is going to be saying. Right? Can we still expand whilst this is positively correlated? Okay, which will keep us above the UMP, which will confirm the hidden bullish divergence, but for how long we do not know. Okay, I hope you guys have a good day, and we will just finish it off with a 3-day. Coming in, we've just opened up, so this is the first third that will be closing of the 3-day, and we'll be looking for expansion or still being positively correlated, and that ideally looks for a pump, and that will cross through there. This is going to be quite hard to fight, but we know on the 21-day we have positive drift. Okay, there. Okay, hope you have a good day further.